Mentors are great and all, and I encourage everyone to have one. But the truth is, that's your mentor. Do you really know who the person is? Hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl Faith. I'm an HR professional based in Toronto, Canada. For those who are just joining for the first time, I am so glad that you stopped by. Please, before you leave, make sure you use the subscribe button and also leave me a thumbs up, okay? And for those who are my returning viewers, you guys are simply amazing. So, today I am shooting from Bloor, Islington Place. I decided to come out of my house and just, I mean, not every time you be indoors, right? So I'm shooting this video outdoors. Now, like I was saying, mentors are fantastic people and it's always good to have one. But you need to know the kind of person that your mentor is. So if you are a regular on this channel, you will know how, well, I won't use the word passionate, but somewhat. You will know how passionate I am about having a good attitude. I always say, in all of my videos, I'm going to link them up here. Anyway, so in all of my videos, I typically always say that, look, it's okay to have the right technical skills and to be awesome on the job and all of that. But, I mean, it doesn't cost you anything not to be nasty, right? And some of these your mentors, these your faves, they fall under that category. So you go for a career engagement or maybe one speaking engagement or something, and then you see this lady or this guy, and the person is just awesome, right? Like they know their stuff 100%. They're dishing out career advice. Everything is going smoothly, and I mean, you are just in awe of the person, right? And then you have a light bulb moment. You're like, that's right. This person will make a good mentor for me. And then you have that moment and you're all pumped and you're like, man, I need to just go ahead and ask this person if the person can mentor me. You need to slow down. You need to slow down before you make that decision. Because these decisions should not be taken lightly, okay? You need to be very sure that this person is going to be the right mentor for you. So I was talking to a guy a while back and he was telling me about how like he saw this person who he thought that, look, this person is going to make a good mentor for me. And then coincidentally, he was talking to a friend and, they just started talking about the whole mentorship thing. And he was telling his friend that, see, I saw this man, I like this man and I think that, he'll be a good mentor for me and all of that. And then the next thing his friend says is,
run away, Simba. Run away and never return.
The guy was like, run, just run, okay? Because that person is not, in fact, you don't want to be associated with that guy. The friend now told him how the guy is just, when it comes to, because I think the person runs a company, right? So when it comes to like his workplace or his office and all of that, the guy is nasty to his staff, he doesn't pay them often. And of course, when you even ask him like, sir, my salary and all of that, he would go on ranting about how, why are you not thankful that you even have a job and all of that, and completely dismiss and disregard your concern, which is a valid concern, right? You're doing work, you should get paid. So the guy is completely a nasty person. So his friend was not like, okay, you don't want this guy to be your mentor. And that was how the guy now dialed back. I was like, okay, let me take a step back and think about it well. So what I'm trying to say in essence is that some of these guys that are, they know their stuff and all of that, they may not be nice people. And you don't want, that kind of attitude to rub off on you. Because in a way, your mentor's personality or your mentor's, what's the word now? Your mentor's, I'm trying to get the right word, how your mentor is perceived out there is how you may be perceived. It kind of just rubs off on you because, especially when the person is mentioning your name and the person is like, oh, so I mentored Faith, I mentored, Uncle, you did not mentor me, please, I don't want you to mentor me. Automatically, the way Uncle is seen is how I am going to be seen. And especially when you are starting off in your career or, whatever it is, you want to be able to, you don't want that kind of reputation. at least this person as your mentor has risen the ranks, right? They've gotten to their own, they've gotten to like a good level in their own careers. You're just starting off. And you don't want to start off with that attitude. He might have been able to get away with it, but you may not be able to get away with it. So it's always, I advise that you choose wisely when it comes to choosing a mentor. So now, when it comes to choosing a mentor, there are a couple of things that I think that you should take note of, right? One is expertise. Of course, if you want someone to mentor you, right, you need to be sure that the person has the right substance and will be able to add value to you. So of course, you need someone who has the right expertise to be able to guide you appropriately. That is standard. That should be like your, the first thing that you should consider. Another thing you want to consider is communication. Now, there are people who, are successful, but they don't just know how to pass along, the ingredients of their success. They don't know how to tell you how they arrived at where they are. So that's one thing that you need to be wary of, because this guy might be up there, but when you ask him, oh, so Sarah, how did you, what did you do, in your career, and how did you get to this point? He might not be able to communicate. And you don't need that. You need someone who will be able to communicate, with clarity, and who is also practical, who will give you practical things about how they got to where they are currently. So if that is not there, then maybe that's not the person for you. Now, the other thing is willingness. You need someone who is willing. Not everybody who is successful is willing to share their knowledge, and that is just a reality that you need to accept. It kind of reminds me of when we were back in school, or, maybe like uni or secondary school, and the likes. We used to have this guy who, he was always topping the class, right? But when it comes to sharing knowledge, this guy never wanted to share knowledge. Maybe because he knows that, he doesn't want anybody to, ruin his reputation. So he always wanted to, top the class. And that's okay, you want to top the class. But I think you can share your knowledge, right? It really doesn't change much. So then, that guy, when we would invite him for like discussion groups, he will be so reluctant about joining. And then if he eventually joins, he'll be like, oh, yeah, I haven't read, I haven't read this topic, or I haven't read. Meanwhile, he has read it. And you, auntie, you will be feeling like, okay, I'm not alone in this thing. Maybe this guy has not read. Maybe me too. It's okay. When the exam results come out, that is when you will know that you have been successfully scammed. Yes. So you don't want to be like that guy. And so, back to what I was saying. The point is, there are people who just want to be up there and they're not willing to share their knowledge. And you have to just know that that is completely fine. So you don't want that kind of mentor. Now, the other point, which for me, I think is one of the most important things to consider, is you need to consider the person's, personality and the person's values, okay? If the values and the person's personality don't gel with yours, I think there's no need for it. Okay, when you guys, you have varying ideas about things and all of that, there is no way that kind of mentoring relationship would work. If your values don't gel, auntie, you move. Okay, just move. It's not going to work. And it's the same thing I'm talking about in the sense that, look, talk is cheap. People go for speaking engagements. People can, talk from now till tomorrow. Is it not just for the optics? You will do your hair. You will see the lady. She will have a very nice, expensive bone straight on. She's well traveled. She's exposed. She has, her diction and everything is just on point. It's easy to do all of that. It's all for optics, right? And the person may actually know their stuff. But the truth is that, how is that person deep down? If you want to choose a mentor, if you can, I would advise that go and ask the person's colleagues. If the person owns a company or runs a company or whatever, go and find employees there and ask how the person is. There are people that are just downright nasty and you don't want to be associated with them. So if you can, go and do your background check. Just the same way a company will do background check on you. You go and do a background check on your mentor before you decide that this is the person that you want to choose. Of course, one thing you can do is to take the good sides of the person, right? If you know that, okay, you want this person to be your mentor, and you know that the person has some not so good sides, you can focus on the good sides and get the value that you need in terms of, whether it's on career or marriage or whatever the person is mentoring you on. You can take that. When when they have speaking engagements or when it's time for any, activity like that, no worries, just attend. Carry a big notepad and be jotting down points, just take down everything. Take the juice and jilt the trash. That's what you need to do, okay? And when they ask you, oh, I would like to mentor you and all of that, you can politely say, I am not worthy of your presence. Just something like that. So that way you can protect your space. You are not necessarily their mentee. And that is how you can just, escape from that kind of situation. Finally, one thing I need to mention is that the fact that you have, you report to someone at work, your boss or your manager does not automatically have to be your mentor. Don't get it twisted. There are some people who deep down, they know in their mind of minds that they don't want to be like their managers. They know, it's something that they know. So in that instance, do not allow yourself be pressured, or do not allow your manager pressure you into a mentoring relationship. You can report to someone, but you don't necessarily have to be their mentee, right? I mean, I can work with you, but that's where it ends. I mean, I can learn from you if you have one or two things to teach me. But in terms of like a formal mentoring relationship where the person goes for engagement and the person is like, oh, I mentored this person. If you don't want that, then you need to just politely, like I said, remove your head from it. It is not compulsory, okay? And this is not anything personal or anything. I am just, it was just something I was thinking about, and I was like, look, I need to share. So I don't know if you've had any funny mentoring relationships before. If you've had, I would like to hear all about them. Please leave me, put them in the comment section, and let's just, let's chat there, let people comment and all of that. Please, before you go, make sure you hit the like button, like my videos now, help a sister grow, like my videos. Anyway, so, and also subscribe to my channel, check out my previous content and see what I have for you. And in usual fashion, from myself, where did I say I was again? Islington and Bloor, right? From myself and I will see you on my next video.